So unless I'm very much mistaken, we've actually finished our program. There may be one or two bits and pieces in here, I usually am mistaken, that I need to look at. So let's give it a run and a test. Let's see what happens. So let's run it. Actually, let's stop that and run it with a clear shell. There we go. So let's type in your favourite. Okay, stretch this screen a little bit. So we've got 3 buses that are available. Bus number 2, I haven't seen that one before. I think that's a school bus. We've got 31, and we've got, oh nicely, we've got this one which is sort of not available. So let's test that one out first before the buses sort of disappear off the radar. So I'm going to check number 3, so that we shouldn't be printing out a bus route because it doesn't know who the operator is. Route not available for bus 35 from this stop unknown operator. That works nicely. Let's copy and paste this postcode. I'm sure that you can manage to program things to stop me having to do this. So let's check it out. So what I want to do now is, which I have done previously, but check the bounds. So I've got 5 options. I want to try 0. Good. I want to try 6, which isn't on the menu. That's good. Let's say that I want to choose somewhere else. So I want to go back. I would need to press number 4 so I could re-enter a postcode. There we go. Stupidly, I'm going to enter the same postcode. So it's gone off and it's found some more. There we go. We've got the buses again. I don't want to exit out the program at the moment. I want to actually print a bus route. So we know number 3 doesn't work. So I've got number 1 and number 2 that I can go for. Let's choose number 2 and print the bus route for number 2. Fingers crossed. Oh, there we go. Perfect. So that's the bus route. So the time, where the stop is, and pretty much the location. Okay. So that looks nice. Let's put in the postcode again, and we'll try number 1 this time, which I thought was the school bus. Yes, of course we get more buses. There we go. And we'll try number 1 this time, and there we go. A little bit of a shorter one. That's good. And what haven't I checked? Basically, the exit on how to get out of the program. But before I go there, is there any way that I could do? No, let's get out of the program, make sure the exit works. Job done. Let's run the program again and just check for nonsense input on this one. We know that this doesn't accept nonsense input. See if it's still working. Good. Let's put in just an enter. Good. Let's put in something stupid. Good. How about something that is acceptable but wouldn't give us a bus station? So International Drive Orlando. Should be fun. What do we get? Okay, so it handled that nicely. So it's only going to accept regular bus stations. I don't know bus stations around the country, so let's try Inverness. Can't find any stops near Inverness. Let's try a different address. So that means there was nothing in the bounds, so we need to have more accurate. Hopefully there's something called bus station Inverness. Seems to be. I was thinking about it, so we could be lucky. There we go. There's 10 services available from the bus station in Inverness. It's counted them up correctly, so there's 10 services, 1 to 10, a back and an exit, which is pretty good. I don't want to go back. I want to choose one of these. Let's just stretch it because that Aberdeen bus is not seen. I've got no idea where this is. So let's see if I can do the STI Stagecoach Highlands number 7. Oh, there we go. Let's just check it towards the Royal Hotel at Dingwall. Is the Royal Hotel at Dingwall, start of the bus station at Inverness. So it seems that we have now got a working programme which will give us bus routes all over the country. So hopefully it wasn't too boring and that the end result was worth it. Again, there is a lot more that you can do with this. This is just a start. There's plenty of API calls here. Maybe you can look at the train stations or cycling. But I've given you an idea of how to sort of take information, mash it up. The Google mashup or Google geocoding is a really nice one to start off with. That really is going to give you lots of information which will help you with many APIs, not just this transport one. The transport APIs I think are superb. We've got a great deal of information there that we can play with. I understand the database that sits beneath it. In fact, they do use a company called Nextbuses who return their data in XML file. You have to send XML and they return it in XML. But they are sort of the engine that run beneath this, so really the calls are made from here to Nextbuses, and Nextbuses use this data set, the national transport data set, which has got all of the bus stops in. There are about 500,000 records or 500,000 bus stops in there. That can be put into a local database on your own system. There's methods of doing that quickly. So you could have your own version of this. You could write your own version of Nextbuses to actually get different kinds of information. Maybe you want to do route planning. But there's an awful lot. And not only do we have sort of transport APIs, we also have weather APIs that the Met Office have just released their latest or their upgrade to their databases and their API systems. We have a lot to play with. Google have got a lot themselves. You can plot routes between two places. You can find what's near and you can mash that up. So maybe you could put in the bus route and then give at the end of your bus route you can say what shops are within 500 meters of the bus stop. All that is possible. It's nice to play with. Another important site is this JSON formatter and validator. I haven't used it correctly. I've just put some data in, hence we've got lots of errors at the top of the screen. But generally, either you can copy and paste JSON code into here, or you can put an actual call. Let's see if we can do that just to finish off. I go back to the API console, and where were we? We just choose a simple get. Bus stops near. Okay, it'd be easy if we train one with an echo code. There we go. Live. We didn't even look at live information, which is the next bus. Yeah. 1410, and we get that, but if we run the query we get the actual address, and if we copy that address and paste that into the JSON formatter and validator at the top, we need to go right to the top to the processing part. Out there and paste that address in there, click process. We can see the schema and the structure. We've still got a simple error which is just telling me that it expected a particular character set, but it didn't really affect it, and it's given me the schema. Now the nice thing about this schema as opposed to the schema that we see here is that we can collapse all these items and we can see the data a lot clearer. So when we were in the bus codes, I can now just see that we got departures with 2 buses. Okay, whereas it looks, and when you look at the schema sort of online, it looks a bit more complicated. Okay, but we can sort of shut those down and just see the top levels, which is most useful. So I really like this site for playing with APIs, and we can shut the departures down and just have the basic calls. Anyway, I'm going on. I'm going to leave it up to you. Whatever you do with it, that's one thing. I'll probably produce loads more if you can stand me on board again. We'll try and get some more APIs and some more useful work done. Thank you for listening.